Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Talk English with Teacher Luis. And we are in Unit 6 from the basic book. Alright, so this is A2. And it says, how often do you run? ¿Qué tan frecuente corres? Bueno, vamos a hablar sobre deportes y ejercicios. It says, discuss sports and exercise habits. Ask and answer questions about frequency of free time activities. So here we have different types of sports like football, baseball, soccer, ice hockey, basketball. And then we have fitness activities like treadmill. Treadmill is the walking machine, the running machine. Running, correr. Jogging is the same thing, correr. Walking, bowling, and weight training. Weight training is levantar pesos. All right, so the question says, do people in your country enjoy any of these sports and activities? What activities do people like in your country? For example, I live in Mexico, so soccer is very popular here. Baseball also, I think that's the second sport that Mexican people play. Basketball, we play basketball, but not as much. Activities that we do here in Mexico, a lot of people go to the gym, they do weight training, and a lot of people go walking and running. So what about in your country, guys? Yes. All right, so here we have some. It says, which of these activities are popular with the following age group in your country? For example, bike riding. It's popular with children, teens, young adults, middle-aged people. Middle-aged is like people from their 30s. Yes. Or older people. So bike riding, I think with middle-aged people, no. I think it's more, well, kids too, because they like riding bikes. I think everyone likes. But older people, not as much. Golf, I think it's more like for middle-aged people and older people. Jogging, correr, it's more, I think more young adults do it, middle-aged people do it. Martial arts, artes marciales, I think children and teens do it more because the moms or their parents always take them to some type of class. Pilates, I think they're more into Pilates. I think middle-aged, older women. Soccer, I think everyone plays soccer. Swimming, I think the same for everyone. I think everybody, it's popular with everyone. Volleyball, I think it's more into young adults, middle-aged people, and yoga. Yoga is more into middle-aged people and older people. Yes. All right, so let's continue. So here we have Aaron and Riley. Let's read the conversation. It says, you have a lot of energy, Riley. Do you exercise a lot? Well, I get up early and run on the treadmill for an hour every day. Seriously? Sure. And I do weightlifting. Wow. How often do you lift weights? I usually do it about 3 times a week. What about you? Oh, I hardly ever exercise. I usually just watch TV or listen to music in my free time. I guess I'm a real couch potato. A couch potato es un flojo. Yes, couch potato se le dice una persona, una papa del sofá. O sea, que eres un flojo huevón. Yes. So, who exercises, Riley or Aaron? Riley. Riley exercises. What does Riley do? ¿Qué hace Riley? Well, she runs on the treadmill, corre en la máquina de correr. And what else does she do? And she weights. She does weightlifting. And Aaron doesn't exercise. He watches sports or listens to music. He watches TV and listens to music on his free time. What about you guys? What do you do? Do you guys exercise? If you do, leave it in the comment. I exercise. Well, in my case, I go to the gym, and I exercise in my house. So how often do we do it? Well, let's pay attention here to the time words. Here we have some time words, and we have frequency words, adverbs of a frequency. So we have they're different because this ones are at the end and these ones are after the subject. How often do you exercise? I run on the treadmill every day. We can say every day, todos los días. Once a week, una vez a la semana. I go jogging once a week. I play soccer twice a month. I swim about 3 times a year. I don't do exercise very much or very often. No hago ejercicio muy seguido. Usually I exercise before class. Bueno, aquí lo importante es que usen las palabras de tiempo al final. Estas, para el final. Usually va normalmente aquí o es como esta. I usually or usually I. Pues, y el sometimes también puedes cambiar la forma de decir usually. I sometimes. Sometimes I usually. Entonces puedes usar el I antes de usually o usually antes del I, igual con sometimes. Do you ever watch TV in the evenings? Yes, I often watch TV in the evenings. Do you ever, I sometimes watch TV before bed. Aquí cambia la posición de sometimes y el I. Sometimes I watch TV before bed. I hardly ever watch TV. Casi nunca veo la tele. I never watch TV. Alright, entonces estas son las frecuencias. Always, almost always, usually, often, sometimes, hardly ever, almost never, casi nunca y nunca. Bueno, aquí lo importante es que sepan poner y colocar las frecuencias. Estas van después de la persona. Es I. Recuerden que sometimes y usually lo pueden usar de las dos formas. Alright, so let's go. Bueno, aquí lo que van a hacer es pausar el video para que puedan hacer el ejercicio. Van a hacer el ejercicio. ¿Qué van a hacer? It says put the adverbs in the correct place. Sometimes there is more than one answer correct. In practice with a partner. Van a poner estas palabras que los tienen en paréntesis. ¿Dónde lo vas a colocar? ¿Dónde va esta palabra? ¿En qué parte? ¿Va al final o va en el medio? ¿Dónde se deben de colocar? Ok, entonces pausen el video. You can pause the video and do the exercise and then check it. Alright, so now let's check the answers. It says, do you ever va entre la persona y el verbo. Do you ever play sports? Sure, I play soccer twice a week. Twice a week la dejamos ahí donde está, al final. Usually, ¿dónde ponemos usually? What do you usually? Usually va aquí, antes de del verbo. What do you usually do on Sunday mornings? Nothing much. I sleep until noon. Almost always. Nothing much. I almost always. Almost always lo puedes colocar, dejar ahí o lo puedes poner aquí. I sleep until noon almost always. Or I almost always sleep until noon. Do you often? Often va aquí. Do you often lift weights at the gym? No. I hardly ever. Yes, va aquí. I hardly ever lift weights. Hardly ever va después de la persona, antes del verbo. Do you ever exercise on Sundays? Always va aquí. Do you always exercise on Sundays? No. I never va antes de exercise. No, I never exercise on Sundays. What do you usually? Usually va aquí. What do you usually? Aquí. What do you usually? Después de la persona, antes del verbo. What do you usually do after class? I go out with my classmates about 3 times a week. Vamos a dejar esa frase al final. Do you go to the movies? Do you often aquí? Do you often go to the movies? Yes. I go to the movies once a week. Once a week se queda ahí donde está colocado. Do you ever go bike riding? Yes. And no, I hardly ever ride a bike. Hardly ever va aquí, después de la persona, antes del verbo. Sometimes, do you sometimes walk to school? Do you sometimes walk? Sure, I walk to school 5 days a week. La frase se queda ahí donde está. Very good. How many answers did you get correct, guys? ¿Cuántos tuvieron correcto? Leave it in the comment si les fue bien, si le entendieron. Que recuerden dejar comentarios en los videos, chicos. Y recuerden, si les gustan las clases estas, recuerden que vamos a seguir con los libros, el libro azul y el libro verde. O sea, ahorita ya llevamos 2 libros. Este es el segundo libro. Entonces falta el intermedio y el avanzado. Y los proficiencies, que son de conversación. Alright, so make sure you hit the like button. Recuerden dejar comentarios. Suscríbanse si no se han suscrito al canal. Los invito a que se suscriban y darle like a la campanita para que les dé la notificación. Alright, bueno. Entonces, aquí lo que pueden practicar es hacer preguntas con. De tarea, hagan preguntas con do you ever cook in the morning? Do you ever play sports? Aquí le puedes cambiar cualquier verbo. Practiquen esta pregunta. Do you ever? Y ya le cambias cualquier actividad. Do you ever clean on the weekends? Yes. Do you ever go fishing? Do you ever? Cualquier actividad. Yes. Si quieres, what do you do in the mornings? Traten de contestar esas preguntas. What do you do in the mornings? What do you do on Saturday mornings? ¿Qué haces tú los sábados en la mañana? Well, in my case, I usually give classes on Saturday mornings and on Sunday mornings too. Yes. Do you lift weights at the gym? ¿Haces tu ejercicio? Entonces tú contestas, si tú haces ejercicio, pues yes, I lift weights, levanto pesas. Or no, I don't lift weights. I go running. Do you exercise on Sunday? In my case, no, I don't exercise on Sunday. I never exercise on Sunday. I exercise from Monday to Friday, but I never exercise on Sunday. Yes. What do you do after class? ¿Qué hacen después de la clase? In my case, I take my dog for a walk after class. What about you guys? What do you do after work? I mean, after class? Do you go to the movies? Do you ever go to the movies? Le agregas el often. Do you often go to the movies? No, in my case, not often. I hardly ever go to the movies. Yes. Do you ever go bike riding? No, I never go bike riding because I don't have a bike. And do you ever walk to school? Do you sometimes walk to school? Well, no, because I teach here at home, so I don't walk. Sometimes I walk to the supermarket. So answer the question, guys. If you want to leave one of the answers in the comments, si quieren dejar algunas de las respuestas en el comentario, la pregunta y la respuesta, y las checo. Okay, so thank you very much. I'll see you next video, and we'll continue with the second part of Unit 6. Follow me for more.